Hi, we're going to talk about how to raise responsible and confident children without power struggle. Welcome, guys. My name is Sanait Adibo. For those who don't know me, I'm a pediatrician and life coach. Let me share my screen and we'll dive right in. All right. I hope you can see my screen. So we'll talk about how to get kids to listen without the power struggle. I hear in my practice so many of this. Do any of them resonate with you? Some of the things I hear over and over is that I have to say multiple times before they would do anything. And I have to yell at them so many times that it makes me feel that I'm a terrible parent, that I'm doing a terrible job. These teenagers and their moodiness, their attitude, toddler tantrum, and the terrible twos, and so on. If any of them resonate with you, you are in the right place. We'll talk about how you can feel children's basic needs so they will want to comply, obey, and listen to you without power struggle and yelling. I like Amy McGrady's model of the two buckets that children have. She specifies the two basic needs children has as two buckets that need to be filled every day. The more these two buckets are filled, they are more likely to behave and to listen to us and do what they need to do without us yelling and reminding, right? So the first need that most children have is a need for attention. That's really undivided, full attention. That communicates our unconditional love to them and creates a deeper emotional connection. Not like when you are scrolling on social media or your mind is racing or ruminating, or when you are answering texts or emails, but when you are fully present for your children and you're spending quality time, whether it's read a book together or play with their favorite toys, depending on their ages. The second need that children have is a need for power, sense of control of their environment. Most of us keep telling our kids, do this, do that, don't do that, don't do this, stop, always giving them commands, right? But I think giving them options, giving them a little bit of autonomy, as long as it's safe, it doesn't make a big difference, is going to be helpful. You could also offer them choices so that you train them to make a decision, which will serve them in a big way when they are teenagers. They can make choices when the stakes are really high, right? So I also hear this, okay, positive parenting sounds great, but how do I discipline with positive parenting? You can parent your kids positively with nurturing, with love, without yelling, at the same time using positive disciplining, right? So discipline doesn't mean punishment. Some of us mix these two words. To disciple means to teach and to guide. Many research have shown that corporal punishment actually decreases self-esteem and confidence. When we yell, we're yelling out of our frustration, but our kids feel unloved during that time. They think we don't love them. I also like natural consequences. You give them choices, but if they chose the thing that's not supporting them and they learn from their experience. For example, if it's a cold weather, you tell your child to put on his coat, but he goes out on a freezing weather without a coat and is shivering, he will remember he needs his coat next time, right? And role modeling is my favorite way of disciplining. You know, children are watching us, whether we know it or not, whether you like it or not, they're constantly watching you, observing you, modeling what you're doing when it comes to resolving conflicts, work ethics, diet, everything they're watching, and they will be doing what we do. So you can also be intentional about modeling positive behaviors. There's no parent who doesn't like their children, obviously, but most of us fail to communicate our love to our children. Like I said, when we do yell, they think we don't love them. When we are constantly focusing on discipline and consequences and not nurturing our relationship, they feel unloved in many ways, right? So Gary Chapman talks about the 5 love languages in his books. And I think all 5 of them communicate love to most of us, but we are dominant in 1 or 2 of them. It may be physical touch, quality time, act of service, or gifts. In our 12 weeks parenting program, we go deeper in this. We'll help you find what your child's love languages are. Which parenting style do you think you are? Are you the authoritarian type where you are very strict and you have high expectation and you focus on obedience, discipline, and control than nurturing? Or are you neglectful? You are not warm, not nurturing, you don't reinforce discipline or limits as well. Or the permissive is warm, is nurturing, but doesn't set limits and doesn't reinforce limits. The effective way of parenting is authoritative, where you're warm, you're receptive, but you also set limits and reinforce limits. So a little bit about our 12 weeks parenting program. It has a lot of one-on-one coaching and group coaching in addition to weekly life classes. So we'll cover on emotional regulation, teaching emotional regulation to your children, and how you can regulate your emotions so you don't have to yell, right? Healing your own triggers, identifying them, and getting to the root, right? And rebuild your relationship. Positive disciplining, how you can have children be self-motivated and independent, and how you can increase your confidence on them. Wellness, nutrition is big, especially in this crazy times, right? Especially if you are like me, busy working parent. How can you balance healthy meal preparation and the busyness, right? We'll cover marriage also. You may have heard this, the best gift you can give your children is a strong and healthy marriage. So we'll dive deeper, particularly we'll focus on what your challenges are in your family and how we can support you. There's no one size fits all solution on these issues. So it will be tailored to your specific needs. Financial literacy, how to get out of debt, investments, we'll cover that, and how you can teach your children also financial literacy, right? So there will be weekly coaching calls and live classes and a lot of one-on-one coaching tailored specifically for your needs. So I cannot put value on this. What does it cost to have, a peaceful, connected, productive family? It affects every area of your life, right? But we do have a special launch price, 65% off for only $7.99. You can join us. The next time we offer this, the price will go up. So yeah, and if you want to register, you can register at our mastermind site. If you have any question about the program, you can send us email or a text to that number. I will also leave a link in the comments below this video, so you know how to reach us. I hope this was helpful, you guys. I can't wait to work with you one-on-one, and I can't wait to see you in our program. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.